Live simulcast. And it is at home of Bethel. The Moon Tigers. Bethel Park won the 5-3 final. Second sweep the two games. Was back when the season swept that doubleheader. Bethel Park is Class 5A second. Right around the section audio for, but we were watching before the game. Baseball team that won. Nice little ceremony. Officially begin. Warming up there now. Owen White, bottom of the 9 hitters in the lineup. Moonlight goes as follows. Mario Van Longwell. Go. Batting 6th. 7th and Owen Amy batting. Jared Gold position is first pitch called a strike from Done. Count even 1 and third. Fichette was a pinch hitter. Did in that was pinch hit and then immediately after that. Swing and foul ball. Counts to Coasting Moon. Got the win. Park victory. The loss, though he empty. Another pitch to now. It's a 3. And then he worked the count. And that is the first. Two-hitter in the order. It's that. Pitch, Mr. Ethan Stanhoff, the catcher. Nick Rillo. Eric Meal. Designated hitter, but since he's pitching, so they have Noah Lejeune designates him. Walks on 4 with 1 out. That'll bring up bats with 1 out, 1 on. In yesterday. It looks over, comes. Strike called, throw it out to the wrong side of the bat. Himself into score on Fish. Count even up 1 ball. The game yesterday that allowed Bethel Park was but the defense toward left field, 10 feet away, and out. Perky right down the hill. Slides foot first. Soft line. It's a fair ball. He gets credit well from second base on that series over Bethel Park. Bring up the Longwell. Top 1. Machushko. He's starting. yesterday, today, but Bethel Park the strike called there. For the count's full, 3. Self hit. 3 to Trinity. Runner goes from able to steal second. Scoring position now, 2 outs. Give it up. Umpires call a balk. And that'll line. By Ethan Stanoff. Sir. Backstop's big enough. The speed of Fischette. A free run. Stanoff with another good block. Owen White not a 1 run given up. These at bats. Stopped. Count remains 2. Pop fly is foul. Two count. Owen White. Third again. And that pitch runs. Line into center field. Third base. Kunkel, and now Moon leads. Second anyway, but that's where benefited Moon. And then that extra easy. Top of the first, and now here is Andrew. Strike called over the plate, counts over. Appeal. Chet and Kunkel have lead in this game over Bethel. Two, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outside. Patient. As well. Umpire says he committed. Two runs in though. Excuse me, RB. 2-2. Bethel Park coming to TV on YouTube. TV on YouTube. Some Callis hit. Jack Bruckner. The The starting left-handed pitch. The Parks lineup filled with a lot of safely is Pete. Trailing this game. Top of the first inning, taking a ball, thrown on to second. Still second base. And Stanhoff has been known. So still early in the game. Only through an official. More of a look. Count, nobody out. Back toward the wall. Third. And base, it's an RBI. Bonds almost immediately. It's now 2-1. For Ethan Stanhoff. Now it's Owen White's pitching. They're going to have Owen June will play. And a block called there. So Owen Jarosky gets a runners in for the Moon. Starting to first base Golden. At shortstop Kunkel. And in right field. Infield for a base hit. Tie the game. 2-2. Guys single. And still nobody out. Here's Mike Bruckner. After tying the game. Out towards center field. And he leaps up. He's safe. Fichette reached catch. Foul. In this game. Strike two. No ball, 2-strike count quickly on Jack Bruckner. Pop up, right side of the field. Traveling foul. Two score. RBIs from Stanhoff and Lejeune. Again, Bethel Park gets 2 runs. Both teams have scored 2 in the first inning, though Bethel Park not done yet on offense in the first. On the ground toward third, Longwell plays and elects to go to first, but it's a high throw, and it pulls the first baseman off the bag, which means Jack Bruckner is safe. And Noah Lejeune is able to advance from first to third on the play. So that ball was chopped to Longwell, who didn't try for the double play, tried to get the sure out at first base, but couldn't get that after an errant throw. Pulls the first baseman Golden off of first base. Ball committed an error in yesterday's game as well that allowed for Bethel Park to score 2 runs on 1 play, and he commits another error in this game. Now Moon's going to talk it over. All right, so Jack Bruckner just stole second base on that pitch, which was called a strike, but there was no throw. 2 runners in scoring position. A soft line drive towards center. Fichette running after it, but it's the shortstop Kunkel who gets it. And Lejeune tried to score, and he is tagged out at the plate. Double play. Well done by Kunkel to field that ball on a nice sliding play and then throw the ball home. Tag applied of Lejeune for the out. And so Bethel Park, despite scoring 2, fails to get any more runs in that half inning. For Bethel Park, 2 runs in. They tie Moon after a full inning. It's 2-2 going to the second inning. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. My name is Nicholas Callis. It's a 2-2 game, top of the second inning. Moon is batting here against Owen White. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Before that pitch, which is in the dirt, now it's a 2-2 count. Moon has its 7, 8, 9 hitters due up this half inning. It's Amy batting now, then Golden, then Ebner, the next two to hit. Chased it. Strike three. Owen White begins the second like he began the first with a strikeout. That's one out here in the top of the second inning. Owen White, 2 earned runs given up in the top of the first inning. Moon has not made its at-bats light. Soft line drive, left center field, and it's Meal who runs in and makes the catch. So Meal makes the catch. Golden is out. It's now 2 quick outs in the top of the second inning, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the order. It is the catcher, Taylor Ebner. Just a bit high for a ball. It counts 1 ball, no strikes on Ebner. Moon had RBIs from Fichette and Kunkel back in that top of the first inning. That one misses as well. It counts 2 balls and no strikes. Wind up from Owen White and the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Ebner way ahead in the count. It's a 3-ball, no strike count. Walked him on 4 pitches. So Moon gets a base runner with 2 outs and gets its top of the order to come back up. Savario Vendetti will bat. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. He's the leadoff hitter and starting right fielder for Moon. Pickoff attempt. Lejeune, it gets past him. But no advancement from the runner. Ball. 1 ball, no strike count. Owen White gets his sign from Stanoff and comes set. Moon so far this season has split with every section opponent. Bethel Park has won and swept 1 doubleheader set this season against Upper St. Clair, but has split every other one. And despite that, Bethel Park still in the lead in Class 5A Section 2. And right now has the lead since South Fayette lost to Trinity 10-3 yesterday, April 22nd. 1-1 pitch. Too high, counts 2 balls and a strike on the Moon right fielder Vendetti. Pickoff attempt. And back safely is the runner, Ebner. Or as a matter of fact, they put out a courtesy runner there for Ebner since he's the catcher. Fouled back to the backstop. That makes the count 2-2. Two ball, 2 strike count. Strike three called over the lower inside corner. Vendetti strikes out for the second time in this game, and that ends the top of the second inning. No runs on no hits. There's one walk in the inning and one runner left on base after an inning and a half. It's Bethel Park 2 and Moon 2. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the second is here. Go. 7-8-9 due up Eric Meal, Nick Rillo, and Aaron Hoffbauer. First pitch is a strike there to Eric Meal. Been an offensive asset for this Bethel Park team so far this season. Takes the ball there, counts 1-1. Moon got 2 runs in the first inning on RBIs by Fischette and Kunkel. Bethel Park responded almost immediately, scoring 2 runs before recording it out. We got RBIs from Stanhoff and Lejeune. Lejeune got a bit too aggressive on the bases, though, and tried to score on a pop-up to shallow center field. One where the shortstop was able to make the catch. And he got thrown out trying to score from third base. Too high, counts 3-1 on Eric Meal. But so far through an inning and a half, it's a 2-2 ball game. Weber still pitching for Moon. And serves a strike to Eric Meal, which runs the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nate Weber's pitch. Outside ball 4. Eric Meal walks to open up the bottom of the second. So Meal's on first base with nobody out. And now stands in Nick Rillo, the only, one of 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup. It's Nick Rillo and Aaron Hoffbauer, the 2 lefties, which is an interesting move to not have Caden Stokes bat and play the outfield because Stokes is a right-handed hitter. That's strike 1 to Nick Rillo. Aaron Hoffbauer and Nick Rillo, the only 2 left-handed hitters in Bethel Park's lineup. In the dirt, count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two-two ball game, nobody out in the bottom of the second inning. The pitch. Ball. Rillo now ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Ball gets away. And down to second goes the runner Meal on the wild pitch. So Meal's in scoring position on second base. Nick Rillo batting in a 3-1 count. And he swings and misses at that pitch, which makes it a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. On the ground. Through the... And that puts runners on the corners for Bethel Park with nobody out. And here's the number 9 hitter in the order for Bethel Park. It's Aaron Hoffbauer. And now time called a meeting at the mound for Moon. They had a meeting back in the first inning after an error was committed. Thad Longwell has performed poorly on defense so far in this two-game set. Made a crucial error in yesterday's 5-3 Bethel Park win. And in this game, he made an error. Meeting on the mound there for Moon. Bethel Park and Moon both scored 2 runs in the first inning. Moon was not able to score in the top of the second with its 7, 8, 9 hitters. They had 4 batters come to the plate, 1 walked. But no runs were scored, and it looks like Moon is going to have a new pitcher come into the game and pitch. So Weber does not record an out in the second inning, so he goes officially 1+ and is responsible for the 2 runners that are on base right now. And the new pitcher for Moon is number 34, Tyler Ebner. The right-hander is warming up with the infield, just hanging out with the coach, meeting on the mound. Weber was being designated hit for, so this is likely a straight substitution. It doesn't seem that they put him anywhere on defense. So Machusko is still the designated hitter for the pitcher in the lineup. Now he's just hitting for Tyler Ebner, the acting pitcher. Aaron Hoffbauer is up. First baseman Golden is holding on the runner Rillo at first base. Third baseman Longwell is already charging in, expecting a bunt. And time is called. And the umpire determined that the ball hit Aaron Hoffbauer on the back. And so Hoffbauer gets to go down to first base. And that hit by pitch loads the bases with nobody out. And Bethel Park now has its top of the order come up to the plate. Ryan Petrus batting with nobody out and the bases loaded. I mean, this is the toughest situation for a relief pitcher to get out of without allowing at least 1 run to score. Bethel Park in prime position to break the tie and break this game open. The pitch. Ball 1. Eric Meal on third base. Nick Rillo on second. Aaron Hoffbauer on first. Here's the pitch. Strike called there. That evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Chopped it, foul. And Tyler Ebner makes it a 1-2 count after inducing that foul ball. Nobody out, bases loaded. Too high on that pitch. Petrus didn't take the bait. Even count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Ryan Petrus does not make contact, and that's a big first out for Moon. Ryan Petrus strikes out. Now there's 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Bases still loaded. And now it's Ethan Stanhoff who comes up to hit. Bethel Park had a bit of an unconventional order in yesterday's game. They had Caden Stokes leading off, and then all the hitters seemed to be shoved down one. So Petrus was 2, Stanhoff was 3, etc., etc. This game, it's back to their more conventional lineup with Petrus leading off, Stanhoff second, Lejeune third, Mike Bruckner fourth, and then so on and so forth from there. And first pitch missed for a ball. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. There's the pitch. Fly ball, hit out. Ball was hit too shallow. Amy with a good run up to the ball, makes the catch, gets it in quickly. And so a crucial second out recorded there, taking out the opportunity for a sacrifice fly. Here's Noah Lejeune, the number 3 hitter. 1 for 1 with an RBI in this game. Batting with 2 outs, bases still loaded. Tyler Ebner throws it high and in, but they call it a hit by pitch. It grazed Noah Lejeune on the arm, according to the home plate umpire, and that is a run scored. RBI driven in on the hit by pitch for Noah Lejeune. Second hit batter of the inning for Tyler Ebner, and Bethel Park now leads 3-2. Still 2 outs, bottom of the second, and an off-speed pitch called a strike on Mike Bruckner. Nick Rillo on third, Aaron Hoffbauer on second. Noah Lejeune on first base. And Mike Bruckner takes high, count even 1-1. Ebner steps off, steps back on. Strike called there. Mike Bruckner trailing in the count. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Too high. Mike Bruckner disciplined to not swing. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count now. Ebner's pitch. Fouled back. Tipped off the mask of the catcher, Taylor Ebner. Count remains 2-2. Mike Bruckner back in the box. Tyler Ebner back on the mound. Outside for a ball. Taylor Ebner does well of keeping that in front of him, preventing a wild pitch, but now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases are loaded. All runners should be running on the pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Mike Bruckner strikes out swinging, and Bethel Park leaves the bases loaded. So Moon, a tiny victory there. Just 1 run let in. Charge to the starting pitcher, Nate Weber. But 1 run charge to Moon. Bethel Park unable to take advantage of the public access television. I'm not sure if my audio was working there. I might have had that off, so I'll just say it one more time. Bethel Park leaves the bases loaded against Moon, going to the 3rd inning now. It's Bethel Park 3 and Moon 2. You're watching Bethel Park. And Ryder on cameras. Bethel Park left the bases loaded in the, though they did score a run. So here. 0-2 pitch. Ball. Counts 1-2. Foul ball. One-two pitch coming from Owen White. Too high, count even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thad Longwell's batting now for Moon. 2, 3, 4 hitters do up in the order. It's Longwell, Fichette, and Machusko. Strike 3 there on Longwell. He's down on strikes. That's the first out here in the top of the third. Strike there to Fichette. He's 1 for 1. Drove in a run in his first at bat. He had a couple hits in yesterday's game as well. No ball, 1 strike count. That's ball just a bit low. Counts 1-1. Owen White, 2 runs given up in the first inning. Moon did not score in the second. Bethel Park scored 2 in the first. We're going to miss there. On Fichette, here's Owen White's pitch. Upstairs for a ball, counts full, 3 balls. Ball 4, it's too high. And Fichette works a walk, and he's just been an on-base machine in this 2-game set. Gets on base yet again there after walking. He is a speed threat. That's now on the bases. 1 out, top 3. And now here is Machusko at the plate. White comes set. And throws a strike there, counts 0-1. Bethel Park right now leading Class 5A Section 2 of the WPIAL for the baseball standings. 6-3 is their section record. Moon is now 3-4 after losing to Bethel Park yesterday, the 22nd. That's in the dirt, gets past Stanhoff. Fichette will get to second base on the wild pitch. And with that being a ball, count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. One count, 1 out. 1-run game, Bethel Park leading, but Moon in position to score with a runner in scoring. It's high for a ball, counts 2-1. Bethel Park has Tyler Stewart warming up in the bullpen right now, right-handed pitcher. 2-1 is outside for a ball. That makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike called there over the lower outside corner on Machusko, and the count is now full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Owen Fichette, excuse me, not Owen Fichette, Angelo Fichette, he walked. He's now on second base after advancing on a wild pitch. Swing and a miss. Machusko down on strikes. And that is now the second out of the top of the 3rd inning. And with 2 outs now, Moon will send up Connor Kunkel, the shortstop and 5-hitter in the order. He picked up an RBI back in inning number 1. And with that time called, Stanoff will go talk to White, and Kunkel is going to have a conversation with the third base coach. Still early in the game, but a pivotal spot with Bethel Park being up by a run. Kunkel steps in now. Owen White gets the sign, comes set. And the dirt for a ball, counts 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strike pitch. Pop foul behind the plate. That was almost 3-dimensional. It was right by our cameras. Counts 1-1. Yeah, so there's the field is in a valley, and usually fans bring their own seats and sit up on top of this hill. That's where we are right now. It gives us a nice vantage point. So it's a nifty little like stadium-style seating without the actual stadium part, where people can sit on the hill and get a nice vantage point of the game. Fichette leads off second. Ball, Stanhoff keeps it in front of him. No advancement on the base paths. That makes the count 2 balls and a strike now. Fichette dances off second. White delivers the pitch. That's a strike. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second, 3-2 ball game. Bethel Park leads. Mason Stewart no longer throwing. Now it's Matthew Hughes who's up warming up. Another right-handed pitcher for Bethel Park. Or left-hander, excuse me. Left-handed pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Count full now after that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive over Nick Rillo's head into right center field for a base hit. And it gets past Hoffbauer in right field. That allows for Fichette to score easily from second base. And Connor Kunkel replaces Fichette at second. That's a 2-out double. And Moon has tied the game in the top of the 3rd. It's now a 3-3 game. Time called now, and there's going to be a meeting at the mound. And Owen White hands the ball to head coach Pat Zender and walks off the mound. And Bethel Park will have a new pitcher come into the game. Matthew Hughes is still warming up in the bullpen, but Tyler Stewart is being given the baseball, and he's going to pitch and work to get the final out of this top of the third inning. So Owen White cannot get a decision. He is responsible for the runner on base, though. So if that runner were to score and then Bethel Park were to lose without tying it again, then Owen White would get the losing decision. Bethel Park gave up 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Moon had a lead, but gave that lead right up. Bethel Park got 2 in the bottom of the first inning, making it a 2-2. Bethel Park left the bases loaded, but did push across a run in the bottom of the second inning, and now in the top of the third with 2 outs. Moon's got on a bit of a rally, scored 3. Both starting pitchers have been chased from the game. Nate Weber made it only an inning plus. He pitched into the second but didn't record an out in the second inning. He got replaced by Tyler Ebner. Owen White made it into the third but didn't complete 3 full innings. He got through 2 2/3 officially. And right now is responsible for Connor Kunkel on second base. Andrew Cross comes to the plate in a run-scoring spot. Moon hasn't led since the top of the first inning. Kunkel leads off second base. Tyler Stewart's pitch is hit towards center. Jack Bruckner running back. And Jack Bruckner backpedals and makes the catch up against the center field wall for out number 3. And Bethel Park strands a runner in scoring position. The top of the third inning is over. For Moon, 1 run in that inning on the RBI by Connor Kunkel. After 2.5, it's 3-3. Moon and Bethel Park tied. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. Line to third base, and Longwell makes the catch. Jack Bruckner is it, and that is out number. stays the now. There. This which is called a strike. Foul ball. One ball, two strike count. Too high. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just a bit low. Counts full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Eric Meal. Soft fly ball to right center field. Fichette has a routine play, and he makes it. And is out number 3, and the inning comes to a close. No runs, no hits, nobody left on for Bethel Park after 3 full innings. It's a 3-3 tie. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. Bethel Park Public Access Television. And tie between Moon and Bethel Park. April 23rd, 2025. It is a live baseball game if you're watching on YouTube. Button if you have on YouTube whenever you do hit the we mind whenever you watch on Comcast 21 of games. We've got replayed games as well. Time on swing and a miss, counts no balls. Strike 3 called. One out. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Pitch delivered from Stewart. Strike. One ball, one strike count. The pitch. And Bethel fourth. Strike. Stewart and Bethel Park. Now 2 outs. And I didn't mean to say bottom 4. It is the top of the 4th inning, but either way you get the difference. It's the top of the 4th inning. And here is the catcher, Taylor Ebner. Fouled back, strike 1. Here with the bases empty and 2 outs, similar to his soft line drive into center. In as many single for Moon. Here is Savario Vendetti. Ball outside. One-0 pitch from Stewart. On the ground right side, Rillo has a play, throws to first, and Lejeune was covering first. There was a bit of confusion. Tyler Stewart hustled over there as well. Bethel Park was right on it. Nick Rillo made the play successfully, got the force out at first base, and the top of the 4th inning is over. Game still tied 3-3. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast. After it with Connor. Drop after it with Connor. Drop. Nick Rillo. Just inning. One. Ball. Counts even. Two. On Nick. Got 2 in the first inning, 1 in the second. Failed to score in the third. There's a ball. It counts 2. Straight away left. Owen Amy's under it, and he makes. South Fayette by a game after second. Trinity and South Fork. Lead in the section. There's a bunt right. Goes over to the second baseman Cross covering first base, and that is out number 2. Here's Ryan Petrus. Petrus struck out. Strike called there, counts 0-1. Chopped on the ground. Rolled softly on the ground. Be a hit for Ryan. 2 out. Standoff drove in a run back in the bottom of the first inning. Drove in the first run for Bethel Park of the 2 it scored in that first inning. Hebner comes set. Pickoff attempt. And it gets past the first baseman. Petrus will get up and get himself into second base. So an errant pickoff throw results in Petrus now being in scoring position. I want to remind everybody, too, if you're watching on April 23rd, 2025, it is a live baseball game being played right now, whether you're watching on cable or whether you're watching on YouTube. Ball. Counts 1-0. Got a great crew working today as well in the rather warm weather. Ryder is doing the directing, and then there's Nico and Linus running. Line drive into right center field for a base hit. Petrus will come home to score. And Standoff with his second RBI of the game there. That makes it a 4-3 game. Four to 3 is the score. Bethel Park leads. Here's Mike Bruckner. There's a strike count is no balls and one strike. Line drive, that's a base hit up the middle. Stanhoff's courtesy runner, Owen Tarosky, Tarosky stops at second base. So now it's first and second, 2 outs. Bethel Park with a new 4-3 lead. And that brings Mike Bruckner to the plate. So now I feel like I said that Mike Bruckner was the last batter. I got my names confused a bit. The heat's getting to me. Noah Lejeune's the one that just got that hit. So it's Tarosky on second, Lejeune on first, and Mike Bruckner is batting. One ball, no strike count on him. Strike there, count even 1-1. Foul back. Bruckner behind the count 1-2. Strike 3 on Mike Bruckner, and that ends the 4th inning. Bethel Park pushes across another run, though. Gets a 4-3 advantage over Moon after the RBI hit by Stanhoff. After 4 full innings, it is Bethel Park 4, Moon 3. TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. My name is Nicholas Callis. We got Ryder, who's doing the directing for this game. Nico and Linus are running cameras, so appreciate them here today. It is a hot one outside right now. It's 76 degrees. Beautiful day for baseball. Nice little breeze out. You can definitely feel the heat resonating here from the sun. But it is a beautiful day for baseball. Moon will bat here, down 4-3. They just Moon hasn't led since the top of the with 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. It's only been tied or a 1-run Bethel Park lead this game. Longwell batting now. Angelo, the next 2 up for Bethel. The bullpen for Bethel Park. A run to this toward the line. Bruckner picks it up. And it's a leadoff double for Longwell and Moon. He is 1 for 1 with a walk in this game. He's been hot. Bunt shown. Out, so Longwell will advance to third on the play. And Moon in position to tie this game. Infield playing in with 1 out. Bethel Park trying to prevent that tying run from scoring. Here in the 5th, there's a pop-up. Shallow center field. Jack Bruckner runs in, makes the catch, will throw to the plate. Longwell is tagged. Out is the call! What a play there by Jack. And Bethel Park completes top of the 5th inning. Moon after 4.5 innings, it's a on Blackhawk TV on YouTube. YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. And Bethel Park is batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5, 6, 7 due up for Bethel Park this half inning. Jack Bruckner. 2 ball, 1 strike count. For Moon. On the ground toward third, long. There at third base, and Bethel Park gets a base runner. Jack Bruckner on to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Owen White will bat now, designated hitter for Bethel Park. Game. He showed bunt. And Jack Bruckner tagged out at second. Out number 1. The catcher who threw the ball down. So Owen White's behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Ball outside. Line drive to left center field. Amy's under it. Amy makes the catch. And the inning's over. Bethel Park. Oh, I was a bit premature. Not quite over yet. Owen White's out. Eric Mills still gets the bat because there's just 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Who's got a hit in this game. He's down to the count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lead last inning, still a 1 run. 5th. Outside strike, count is 1 and 2. Pretty efficient, just 1 run scored. That pitch is outside, count even now 2 and 2. And for the first time in the game, the inning, the 5th inning, scoreless for both teams. So we'll go to the 6th inning with the on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube. Moon is trailing by a run, and Bethel Park sends a new pitcher to the mound. It's Matthew Hughes, the left-hander, who will begin. A is a strike. Five, six, seven hitters due up for Moon this half inning. Kunkel, Cross, and Amy. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called over the lower outside corner. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out for Matthew Hughes to open up the 6th inning. One out, top 6. And here is Andrew Cross, second baseman for Moon, batting with 1 out and the base is empty. Right now the standings are Bethel Park 6-3 in section. They are the section leaders, 1 game ahead of South Fayette. South Fayette 5-4 in section, but they do play Trinity in a section matchup today. So the results of that game pending, where the standings will be at the end of the day. Moon is 3-4 in section, in the middle of the 7 teams that make up Class 5A Section 2, the WPI AL baseball standings. Outside. There's a strike. Count even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball. Too high and outside. That makes the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Matthew Hughes. 2 outs. Top 6. And here comes the next hitter from left fielder and 7th hitter in the order. Bethel Park leading by a run. Line drive, Petrus, it's over his head and into left center field. Outfield gets it in quickly, but a 2-out hit. The tying run is now in the form of Owen Amy on first base. Matthew Hughes with the pitch. Check swing, foul. Over the backstop, strike 1. Nothing in 1 pitch. Outside for a ball, count even 1-1. One in the dirt. Standoff blocks it, keeps it in front of him. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Each team had scored, or not each team, at least one team had scored in the first 4 innings. Neither team scored in the 5th. Still a close game, 4-3. Bethel Park leading. Fly ball toward right field. Hoffbauer runs in foul territory, runs into the fence. It looks like he didn't make the catch, and now play stops while he recovers, gets back up. That was an aggressive collision with the fence. But he's walking back to his position. Jack Bruckner from center is going to go check on him. Aaron Hoffbauer with a Herculean effort to get over there and try to make that play. Couldn't quite secure the catch. It was too close to the fence. So that'll just go down as a foul ball. And everything resets. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Owen Amy on first base. Just a bit off the plate. That runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Amy should be running from first on the pitch. Hughes with the delivery. Swinging a foul ball. Count remains full, and Amy will have to go back to first base and try it again. Three-two is too far low and in. Ball 4. Jared Golden walks, extending the inning and putting another runner on base. And with that time called, Stanhoff will go talk to Matthew Hughes on the mound. Owen Amy got a 2-out single, and then Jared Golden there just walked. So Amy on second, Golden on first, 2 outs. And the catcher, Taylor Ebner, is going to come to the plate in a run-scoring spot. So now the representing tying run, Owen Amy, is on second base. He's in scoring position. Moon's down 4-3 in this one. It was a close game. Bethel Park infield has a discussion, and now they return back to their positions. Force it, any base but home for Bethel Park. Moon in a prime opportunity to score and get this game tied back up at the least. And some added pressure. The top of the order is due up next. Vendetti awaits on deck. Would bat next if Ebner can find a way to reach. Hughes steps off. And with that, Bethel Park is going to make an impromptu defensive change. Eric Meal, the starting left fielder, is going to be replaced by Owen Tarosky out there in left for some better defensive protection. Eric Meal definitely has a stronger side on offense. I mean, he has made a couple of pretty solid plays out in left field from what I've seen this season in section play for the games that we've covered. But Bethel Park going to elect to have Owen Tarosky play out in left. So Tarosky, the outfielder in left, Jack Bruckner, the outfielder in center, Aaron Hoffbauer in right field. And I'll look over to second. No throw, though. And speaking of the TV on YouTube or on Bethel Park Public Access Television, we've got a simulcast on both YouTube there for Blackhawk TV, and we've got games on Bethel Park Public Access Television as well on cable TV channels Comcast 21 and Verizon 32. So no ball, 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 called over the lower outside corner. Ebner quickly down on the count. It's no balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Matthew Hughes. It's Taylor Ebner to strike out swinging. Moon strands 2 runners on base and fails to score and fails to at least get the game tied in the top of the 6th inning. Going to the bottom of the 6th, Bethel Park nursing a 1-0 lead. You try that one more time. Bethel Park nursing a 1-run lead. There we go. It's 4-3. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball. Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. We're covering every section game for the Bethel Park baseball team this season. So you can watch live games on Blackhawk TV 412 on YouTube, and you can watch live games on Bethel Park Public Access Television, Comcast 21 and Verizon 32. And if you're watching this game on April 23rd, 2025, it is a live baseball game. You just keep that in mind. Cable TV is an option for live games as well, as YouTube has been for a pretty long while. We just have every game for each of the big three sports. We covered all of football season. We covered most of the boys and girls basketball seasons, and now we've got baseball, all section games covered here on Blackhawk TV and Bethel Park Public Access. All inside, it's Nick Rillo batting here. 8-9-1 due up for Bethel Park this half inning. Nick Rillo, Aaron Hoffbauer, and then Ryan Petrus due up third this inning. Bethel Park hasn't had too many base runners since the third inning. Well, Bethel Park did last score in the fourth. Neither team scored in the fifth. I mean, it has been a pretty even ball game. Tyler Ebner is still pitching for Moon. He came in to pitch in the second inning. He relieved the starter, Weber, and has limited Bethel Park damage. But he walks Nick Rillo to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning. Both teams got 2 runs in the first inning, and then the teams were trading off scoring runs in different innings. Just 1 run, as a matter of fact, in each of those innings that they did score. But Bethel Park right now has the advantage, just 1 run up on Moon. Bunt shown there. Hoffbauer gets it down the first base line, but the ball rolls foul. And that'll add a strike to the count. No balls, 1 strike. Bunt shown. That'll get down the first base line. Ebner comes off the mound, throws to first, and gets Hoffbauer out at first base, but the sacrifice bunt works well. Nick Rillo is safe at second, advances there on the play. Bethel Park already with the lead, but has an opportunity here now to pad that lead. Had some insurance going into the 7th. This is a 7-inning game, so there's 1 more inning of regulation left. The pitch, bunt shown again. This time by Ryan Petrus. He pulls back, but it's a called strike on the pitch. No ball, 1 strike count. Big lead from Rillo at second. Chopped on the ground to Kunkel at shortstop. Plays the hop well and gets it over to first base. Ryan Petrus is. So that is out number 2. Nick Rillo remains on. Ethan Stanhoff will bat now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position at second base. Stanhoff has driven in 2 runs in this game and is in a run-scoring spot here. Here's the pitch. Outside in the dirt. Rillo way off second. Ebner throws to second base. Pickoff attempt, but Nick Rillo gets back to the bag safely. Had a big lead, though, there off second base. Cross is holding him on lightly there at second base. Stanoff looks at a strike, counting it up 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball called a strike over the outside edge, and Stanoff falls behind in the count. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Ethan Stanoff strikes out swinging. And Bethel Park strands a runner in scoring position. Moon keeps the score 4-3 going into the last inning of regulation. Last inning, 7th inning coming up. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. You're watching Bethel Park High School Baseball on Blackhawk TV on YouTube, simulcast on Bethel Park Public Access Television. About 75 degrees in Bethel Park right now. A beautiful day for baseball. Partly cloudy skies. Mostly sun shining through, though. It's a pretty warm day. And we got a great crew here working as well. Appreciate them. We got Ryder doing the directing. Nico is running camera with Linus. And again, my name is Nicholas Yatlis, announcing this one for you. Matthew Hughes trying to take it home for Bethel Park, earn the win here, which would earn them a sweep in the 2-game set against Moon and give them a strong advantage in the standings. South Fayette was keeping pace with Bethel Park, but then lost to Trinity 10-3 yesterday, April the 22nd. So Bethel Park right now with a 1-game lead and could go up 1.5 games with a win here against Moon, and that would then be pending what South Fayette does today, April 23rd. Trinity and South Fayette's supposed to play another game today, and it was supposed to start at 4 o'clock. So we don't have any results on that yet, but Bethel Park could guarantee itself sole possession of first place in the standings if it can secure this win here today. On the ground right side, played by Nick Rillo. Throw to first. Vendetti out on 1 pitch. That's 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Matthew Hughes has been pitching for a couple innings now. Replaced Tyler Stewart and got the final outs of the 5th inning. That one popped into the air. Playable for Lejeune in right. Shallow right field, right by that right field line. See him there making the catch. 2 pitches from Matthew Hughes and 2 outs. Now Moon with 1 out to work with in the top of the 7th inning. And it's their number 3 hitter, Angelo Fichette, who has been on base in every one of his plate appearances today. Ball 1 there. So Matthew Hughes got the final out of the 5th, pitched the entire 6th. And now is here in the 7th trying to lock down this win for Bethel Park. Strike called, counts 1-1. In the dirt, that makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Moon now down to 1 strike and 1 out to work with. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Angelo Fichette. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Matthew Hughes strikes out Angelo Fichette. And the ball game is over, and the 2-game set is over with Bethel Park winning both games, getting its 2nd sweep of the season. And Bethel Park is now 7-3 on the season. Final score 4-3 in today's game. They had a 5-3 win yesterday, and Bethel Park will maintain sole possession of first place in the Class 5A Section 2 WPIAL baseball standings with this win and maintain the lead. Park in those standings. It was a pretty solid game all around by both teams. It was more of an offensive day today. Yesterday was more of a pitcher's duel. This game was more of an offensive burst from both of the teams, yielding the 4-3 final. It was close. Bethel Park wins by the difference of 1 run. And again, keep themselves ahead in the Class 5A Section 2 WPIAL baseball standings. I'd like to thank our crew coming out today. Appreciate Ryder for doing the directing in this game. And I'd like to thank Nico and Linus running cameras in this one. For everybody. Thanks so long. And repeating the final score one more time. And it's Bethel Park 4, Moon 3. This has been a presentation of Blackhawk TV and Bethel Park Public Access Television.